There are a lot of us that are opposed to this, not because we're worried about, oh, we might take the best kids out of the schools, but because on its face, it's a very socialistic concept. And when I'm looking at our Republican platform, our platform supports tax credits and tax exemptions. And especially in a time where we have Texans across the state reeling from property taxes and values going up, we need to be looking at ways to cut costs. And I would hope that you would look at a bill that would do something more like give out private property tax exemptions and credits for people instead of trying to pour everything into what most of us are calling an education subsidy account, because that's really what this is. We already have ESAs. We have ESAs for college, we have ESAs for K-12. And when I talk to people, that's what they're thinking. They're not thinking about a Lone Star card for education. They're thinking, but wait a minute, we already have these. So how do you explain to people how this is not just basically make socialism great again?
Well, that's what it is in our country. Of course, it's really important to me to understand that, for everybody to understand that education has a lot of solutions. There's a lot of tools in the toolbox that we can use. And this isn't a magic bullet like Randon says. This isn't some cure-all that's going to cure public ed and make sure everybody goes to Harvard. It's not that. But it is an opportunity for some people to take advantage of. And whether we cap there's a lot of ways that the ed choice programs can take place, whether it's ESAs, and we could cap the number of kids that can participate. We can put in there the criteria how they can participate. It could be for disabled students. It could be mentally, physically disabled, learning challenged kids. There's a lot of ways that this can be customized, and I think we need to use every tool in the toolbox we can use. I don't know, Randy wants to.
I'd love to answer that question because I too support, helping out families that are already using their own money for homeschooling and they're paying taxes and they're not getting anything out of their local schools. So I think there's a lot we can do in terms of policy to support rebates and tax assistance there. However, I do think that there are a lot of families that, first of all, can't afford private school. Second of all, can't afford to take time and energy and resources to homeschool. And the neighborhood school still isn't going to work for them. Even the best school doesn't work for every student. One of the families that we work with often in Austin is in the Eanes ISD school district, and she has a son that is on the autism spectrum, and her daughter flourishes at the neighborhood school, but her son is truly struggling. In addition to her very high property taxes, she's paying close to $20,000 a year to send her student to a special needs focused school. So I don't think this is a step in the direction of socialism. In fact, I think it's a step in the direction of civil justice for these families across the state of Texas that are seeing first of all, a school to prison pipeline for those communities that are not being served. Second of all, they're seeing their students be in a one-size-fits-all model that is simply based on a system that is completely outdated. So when we talk about customizing education, it's in the benefit of everyone, but I definitely understand your perspective and think that there's other policy solutions as well.